non più tra I farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno.
Good morning and welcome to the 1st of December and my vlog for my reading wrap up and basically everything I'm going to get up to for December itself. So I've decided that given that I'm doing a special TBR for December and that we do not know how many things I'm going to get through because I have a lot of books, that I thought it would be fun and beneficial to do another vlog thing like I did in I think October. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I'm really excited that we've made it to December. Today is the 1st. It is a Wednesday and I am working from home today because my poor car has died a death. But however, it has been resurrected and so I'm going to be picking it up today. So I'm working from home and we're hoping to get a crack on starting this massive TBR I've got. So I, of course, have not finished all the books I was in the middle of from November. So I will be finishing a book called The Fossil Hunter, which I do not think will take me very long to read. So I'm hoping that either tonight or tomorrow I can honestly just whiz through that. And then I am planning to start with Lovely War, which I would hold up for you, but it is at the very, 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 very bottom of this pile. So I won't do that. So yeah, let's see how December goes. I'm so excited. Let's do this. Welcome to day 2 of December, otherwise known as the 2nd of December. I am so tired. I'm so tired. Have I done any reading? Yes, I'm up to page 100. What am I reading? Of the Fossil Hunter. I actually originally wanted to finish it tonight. Hang on, but let me show you this. This is very exciting. This came in the mail today. This book. Where's there not light shine? This book, the Graceling, the graphic novel edition of Graceling, and I really want to read it. And so, of course, given that I obviously don't have enough to read in December, I'm so excited. It looks stunning. Yeah, otherwise, Fossil Hunter, page 100. Actually really enjoying this, liking this book. More than I thought I would because somebody told me that they didn't love it. So yeah. But I'm so tired. I actually think I'm going to watch TV tonight, which is something I don't do very often. This second season of The Great has come out, so I think I'm going to watch that. And yeah, I really should finish The Fossil Hunter ASAP so that I can start Lovely War, which is the first book of my TBR. But I just feel like face planting into a pillow. I'm tired. I'm tired today. So we'll check in a bit later. Good morning everyone, it's the 6th of December and it's pretty early in the morning. I've just got ready for work and I just wanted to update you where I'm at. Yes, I'm still reading The Fossil Hunter. I actually just didn't really get much reading done this weekend. It just didn't happen, but I am halfway through The Fossil Hunter, so I'm hoping that with any luck, unless something unexpected happens, I can actually finish this off tonight. So I'm going to be reading this my lunch break and whenever I can throughout the day, and then I'm going to sit down this evening and have a good crack at this. See if I can get it done so I can actually start my real December TBR, but we will see how I go. It's still the 6th, it's just the afternoon of. Look at the shine that I have going. Delicious. The point is, anyway, so it's the afternoon, it's about 5:30 p.m. I've just got home from work and I wanted to give some updates. Well, that's rather twisted. There we go. In terms of the Fossil Hunter, whenever I had time to read today, let's just quickly start that one. Obviously, it's been a work day, so I I read on the way to work. I listen to an audiobook whilst I drive. I get to work about half an hour early, so I have a coffee at a cafe and I read for half an hour, and all of the staff know my name and it's wonderful. And then on the way home, repeat process, sans cafe, but I do read at lunchtime, so that's where the reading time has happened. So I have read a bit more of The Fossil Hunter. I'm now just over halfway. This is like slowly turning into what feels like a creepy mystery. I don't think it's meant to be though. I think I'm just picking up the wrong vibes. Anyway, I'm going for a walk in about half an hour, so I'm gonna have a quick cup of tea, and I'm actually gonna read a completely different book, so let me show you that. Get it out of my giant stack of books. So as I said, I will be going on a walk soon, but in the meantime, can't really see what that is. I'm going to be reading my non-fiction book, Future Sea. Everyone, I'm sure, is really impressed by the fact that almost none of these books are on the TBR, but I've been reading this for a while. It's non-fiction. I'm about 25% the way through, so I'm just going to sit down and read for like 20 minutes with this. Anyway, then I'm going to come home and try and like read the rest of The Fossil Hunter so that I can start Lovely War, because I really, really want to start that. And in terms of the audiobook I've been listening to What the Wind Knows, and I am 50% of the way through that one. I've just got to the 50% mark. That's a really interesting book, and it's about time travel. It's about a woman who accidentally goes back in time, so very outlandery, but this time it's set in Ireland, and so she's there like when the IRA are doing their thing, so it's interesting political landscape. So that's where we're at with reading. The afternoon / evening of the 7th of December, so I just wanted to touch base on where I'm at, because I'm getting close to the end of The Fossil Hunter. I'm about 50 pages off finishing it now, and I wanted to be done with this yesterday because it is the 7th of December and I'm now a full week into December and haven't started the TBR of Doom, so I'm hoping to just get this done tonight. I'm about to head over to my sister's to hang out with my nephew. He's 3 months, little tiny one, but I'm absolutely itching to pick this one up. But yeah, I haven't factored in nephew time. Perhaps that's to my detriment with the TBR. But yeah, hopefully this time tomorrow I'll be a few pages into Lovely War. I'm so excited. But yeah, Fossil Hunter is not really turning out how I thought it would be. Not in a bad way necessarily. So far I think I'm going to be sitting on a 3-star rating depending on how this wraps up. But this is like darker themes than I thought it was going to be, so that's been interesting. But yeah, I'll keep you posted for when I finish this one. I did it, I finished it. I stayed up till 11 PM last night. I'm really tired this morning because that is way past my bedtime, but I finished The Fossil Hunter and I give it 3 out of 5 stars. This was not like the most satisfying ending of all things. It was good. I enjoyed it. It was a light and easy read, but sort of like the greatest mystery of the book is just sort of an afterthought and wrapped up at the very end of the book, which I thought was a shame, but that means I can move on to Lovely War today, and I'm so excited. have just finished the most incredible book, and I'm just at a total loss for words as to how to even describe it. Like, oh my god, I just finished listening to the audiobook of What the Wind Knows, which I've been really looking forward to for a while. It's been on my wish list of like audiobooks to get for a little while, and for so long that I actually forgot what it was about. This book, man, I have connected deeply with this book. This actually moved me to tears by the end, and I was crying in the car on the way home. This was just incredible. So this is basically Irish Outlander. It's the quickest way I can describe it to you. It's obviously 5 stars. It's probably my favourite read for the year, despite me thinking nothing would top the books I've read so far this year, and I actually think it's going to be like my top favourite books. There's very few books I think I have been moved by in such a way like that. It profoundly touched my heart. Like, to contextualize it, I am part Irish, so like the representation of Ireland in this just really resonated with me, and wow, I'm gonna probably do a review for this. But yeah, this book is basically more or less set in 1921 after our main character goes on a loch and travels back in time from 2001, and it's just after her grandfather passes away, and of course back in 1921 he's still alive, so she comes out on the other side of this in the previous timeline, and it's all about what happens because she's a spitting image of her great-grandmother, and everyone keeps like thinking that she's her. So it's really complicated in her little like disguise. Oh, it's so good, but it's like the most brilliant love story, and the way it's such a satisfying ending. Everything is wrapped up beautifully. You're not left being like, but how did that work? Because the timelines, it just all makes sense. Like, I liked this as much as I liked Outlander, and I'm tempted to say I actually like this even more. Like, Outlander is good, but this was something else, and wow. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go and process that for a bit, but yeah, that was bloody brilliant. One more thing, I've got mail to open. I believe this is a review copy. My bet is that this is Stephen Fry's new book. I think this might be Fry's Ties. Not sure though, I'm really hoping it's that. I don't know who it's from. Feels like a hardback. Let's just open it and find out, shall we? These are so tricky to open. I'm not sure what else I'm expecting, if anything. I've been trying really hard not to request anything, but I love Stephen Fry, so here's a hardback. Yes, it is. It is Stephen Fry's new book. Oh my god, don't damage it, Kiss. Oh, I'm so excited about this. I may have to fit this in December. Let's not talk about how implausible that is. Holy macaroni. Fry's Ties. This is Stephen Fry's latest sort of memoir-esque book. I'm so excited. I've read all 3 of Stephen Fry's memoirs, and this one is, I'm pretty sure, going to be a personal history for Stephen Fry, looking through the lens of his neckties, and I think it sounds ridiculous, and I'm so excited. So this is a celebration of the necktie. So thank you very much to Penguin Random House Australia for sending me a copy of this. You guys don't understand my love of Stephen. I love this man so much. I love everything this man does. So I have been anticipating this for ages, and I'm so grateful that they actually sent me a copy of this one. I think this comes out on the 14th of December, so this will be out by the time this video goes up. It's the 10th of December as I'm filming. Are there pictures in here? Oh my gosh, there's so many pictures. Hang on, we have to show you this. Also, let's have a look at what it's like without its jacket on. I think it's just black. It's just black. That's okay. It's smart. But look at these ties. Look at them. I love a good necktie. This looks stunning. I love that someone has had to go through and do a photo shoot of neckties to produce this book. Look, it's him wearing a tie. Yeah, so anyway, really excited about that, but I'm gonna stop fangirling because I actually need to do a little bit of work from home now. Best way to end my week. It's a Friday. Best way to go into the weekend. I might go wild and stay up late and read this whole... I'm so excited about this. quick check-in to say it's the 12th of December and I'm about to go and socialise. So minor anxious vibes at the fact that I'm going to now and speak with other human beings. But it should be fun, so let's see what happens. I'm not gonna lie, I am absolutely shattered. So my social event is still the same day. Went really well. I was hanging out with people from YA for WA, which is an Instagram account, which I will put the little hashtaggy, what's that called? The account thing, that thing, handle, there we go. I'll put the handle for it there for you, so you can check it out, especially if you are from Western Australia and you want to have a look. Anyway, it's just basically supporting West Australian writing. So it's fun to hang out with a few local people and talk to them about that. And yeah, just was sort of a really lovely morning. So I was only there for a couple of hours, and then I was planning to come home and take some photographs. I don't, strictly speaking, need to, which is a good thing because I've actually run out of time, and I'm rallying to do some filming now for this week. So I've got an idea of a Christmas tag that I want to do, which hopefully you've all seen now and enjoyed. But yeah, oh my god, I'm just tired. I really just want to stop and read. I'm feeling a bit down that I haven't finished a book. I have, but you know, like I haven't finished Lovely War. I'm still like just over 100 pages in, struggling to find time, which is perhaps not that unexpected seeing as it's Christmas. And I've also got distracted reading Friar's Ties. I don't think that's going to take me long to read though, because it's just like such short stories, like 1 page per tie. It's a bit silly, and it's all I think I'm not going to touch Lovely War until I finish Friar's Ties. It comes out in 2 days from now anyway, so it would be nice to like have it read and reviewed and just have that off my shoulders, so to speak. So yeah, it's currently 4 p.m. I should be done filming by 5, and then I can just enjoy the rest of my Sunday. Might watch a film with my parents. Haven't decided what I'm going to do. I did want to bake. I wanted to do all sorts of things today. But I didn't tell you what, I ran out of time because I unexpectedly went around to see my nephew and was there for 2 hours whilst he napped on me. He's only 3 months old. He's absolutely teeny tiny. So that was what very happily took up extra hours that I hadn't accounted for. So I've had a lovely afternoon, but I'm tired from having been in the heat because it's summer in Australia, and then just sitting quietly for 2 hours has made me quite sloper. So yeah, I'm just gonna, you know, I'm going to be quite casual for this video. I'm just going to put some lippy on and we're just going to roll with it. I'm not going to redo the face. An update. Okay, moving on from the lethargic attitude of yesterday. It is now the 13th of December, yes. And I've just done some exercise, which is why we have some very decorative curls framing my visage at the moment. And I thought I would give you a little update as to where I'm actually at with reading, because I think we've reached the point in the month where I need to knuckle down and really start setting aside some time for reading, because I just don't really feel like I'm making any progress through this like actual presence TBR, which is not good enough. So in terms of what I have been reading though, I started a new audiobook, and I actually don't think I remember to tell you guys about this, but I started reading The Beekeeper of Aleppo, which is one of the, what's that called? The Audible Premium Plus program, that thing, the free ones that I've been binging, and that's quite short, and I'm already at least halfway through that book, and it's really sad, but it's really bloody good, really good. If you like, it's not really historical fiction, it's just like war fiction, I guess. It's about refugees leaving Syria, which is where Aleppo is, and taking refuge in the UK. So it's but it's just beautifully told, but it's really, really good. So I'm enjoying that one. So that's my audiobook at the moment. I'm probably going to have that finished by the end of the week, if not earlier than the end of the week, and then I have to pick another audiobook. So I am getting so much audiobook reading done, and it's noticeable when I look at my statistics that since I've gone full-time at work and had a lot of commuting, plus the commute I have to my boyfriend's, which he lives an hour away from me, honestly, I've just been racking up those audiobooks, and it's amazing. But in terms of physical books, I have fully committed to deviating with Friar's Ties. This is the book without the jacket on. So I am loving it, and I am over halfway, so this comes out tomorrow. I'm probably going to finish this tonight. It's one of those reads where it's really easy to read, not much text and lots of images. I have a newfound love of the necktie, and in terms of Lovely War, I sort of just abandoned this. I think I just got really busy and had a bit of a stressful week last week, so I needed something lighter to read. So I'm still at like page 110, so I've got most of the book to go, but I'm hoping that when I sit down for a little bit and have a good reading session, that I will actually start making some progress through it. So I'm actually quite hopeful that from here on in, I'm gonna have a lot of time. I've basically just got a week left of work. Next Tuesday, it's Monday today, next Tuesday is my last day, and then I'm off for Christmas. So let's see how I go. Quickest of check-ins before I head to work. I did finish Fry's Ties last night. It was 5 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it, loved it. It is like 7:30. I'm running really late for work though, so I don't think I'm gonna have time for my morning coffee at my cafe, which means I'm not gonna get to read more of Lovely War. And I have a work function tonight, which is taking up more time. Work functions, man, but that's fine. So we'll see where we're at the end of it, but yeah. 15th of December today, and a couple of updates for you. First one being that I have actually finally done a bit more reading of Lovely War, and we could say that's maybe 1/3 done, so I am making my way through this. Don't know when I'm going to next do a big bout of reading though. I'm really hot. I dressed way too hot for how warm it was today, so I'm going to shower and cool down and get something comfy. Then I'm going to try and make a Christmas skirt out of this. Do I know how to sew? No. Have I ever sewed before? No, but we're going to learn and we're going to see if I can do it. So it's now the 18th of December. We are really making our way through the month. And have I finished Lovely War? No, I've not. This is amazing how long it's taking. I'm here today on my unmade bed because I've got a very handsome kitten just basking in the sunlight from my window. And so obviously it would be terribly rude of me to try and make my bed before he's finished sleeping on it. So I have finished, however, The Beekeeper of Aleppo, which was the audiobook I was reading, which I think means I've read 6 books in December so far, which is actually really good because there's some months where 6 is sort of like the maximum. So I finished The Beekeeper of Aleppo 1 or 2 days ago. I think it was yesterday morning. So yeah, for pretty much halfway through the month, not bad to have done 6 books. I am hoping that I will finish Lovely War this weekend and finally move on to the next book, but we'll see. Today I'm going to be a little bit busy. I've got to go out and run an errand now, and yeah, we'll see what else happens today. I'm not really sure, so... Days since my last update, so I wanted to say hello, I'm still alive, and I don't know if you can tell, I think you can, but I got pretty burnt today. Living that Australian summer. So I've been a bit busy in the last few days since I last checked in, but I have finally finished Lovely War, and I rated it 4 out of 5 stars. I thought it was really good, really sweet. It's sort of a mythology retelling of World War II in a way, and well, not in a way, it definitely is, but I kind of felt like the mythology elements were honestly superfluous to the story, and it would have been good enough just as straight historical fiction, but perhaps the mythology element was a great sort of way to get people more interested than just your normal run-of-the-mill historical fiction. In any case, I have started Legendborn, and I am about 50 pages in. The font in my edition is really small, and this is about 500 pages, so I am determined that I'm going to stick through with this one. I did have a moment of wondering whether I should pick up something else, but I'm hoping that basically over the next few days I can have some good time to really sit down. I'm officially on holidays. Today's my first day off work, so I've had a lovely day today with my boyfriend, as you've seen in the clips or are about to see in the next selection, on the foreshore, getting lunch, seeing some Christmas lights, as it's just sort of to celebrate work being out for the year, so that's been wonderful. I'm going to continue doing some sewing now. That's what I'm going to be spending probably the next hour attempting to do before I do any more reading, so let's see how I go. Small update, have finished skirt. Interesting, you know, like the pockets have really bunched up here. Not the best look. Also just a relatively terrible job on the, but it is fine. So I now have a Christmas skirt, and flattering it may not be, but I have a Christmas skirt and I'm very excited about that. Christmas Eve. It is 10:30 in the evening. I am shattered. I'm so tired. So I'm about to go to bed, but I just wanted to update you that I am this far through Legendborn. So not really halfway, maybe a third. I feel like we're possibly even closer to the quarter of the way through. It's really good. I am really enjoying it. I thought this would be quicker to read than it was, just judging by reviews, but because the font is so tiny in my edition, this is honestly taking me a little bit of time, and I don't know if it's just me, but the smaller the font is, the more likely I am to fall asleep whilst reading it. It's like extra tiring. So anyway, I am really enjoying it, and I'm enjoying the very new to me combination of what would we call it? Racism awareness combined with fantasy in this book. It's so tastefully done, and it's so brilliantly done, and it really is making me want to read more and more and more and more by authors of various backgrounds, because it just really shows you how they add their own voice and experiences and bring it into a narrative in the way that someone without those experiences just can't do. So I am loving the way that this book is doing this, and so far definitely living up to expectations. But yeah, I'm shattered, so I don't know how much more I'll read tonight, but I can't wait to see what books I get tomorrow. I got a few. I exchanged presents with my boyfriend today, so before I go to bed, let me show you those books. And I thought I'd also show you the Funko Pops he got me. He got me the little Winnie the Pooh reading a book, which I think is super sweet, and he got me the Wally with the fire hydrant, which I love, so that has gone onto the bookshelf. And in terms of books, he's managed to find me a copy of this book called A Dead End Job by Justin Alcala. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce that surname. Anyway, I heard about this book. It's published by Parliament Press, which I think is an independent publisher in the US. And so I never thought I would actually get my hands on a physical copy of this, but I think it sounds hilarious. It's all about Death being fed up with his job and wanting a vacation. So really excited to read this one. I'm hoping to read it in January because I'm going to have a TBR free month then. That's still the plan, so I'm hoping to read it then. I can tell you my thoughts. He then also managed to get me a copy of The Eighth Wonder by Tanya Farrelly, which I've not heard of before, but it sounds really good. This is about suffragettes in the turn of the century, of the 19th century in New York, and it's also got circus elements in it because of one of the characters' involvement with the circus. And finally, a book I'm so excited about is The Brilliant Death by Amy Rose Capetta. This one I've had my eye on for a really long time. This is a gorgeous hardback edition, and it's obviously a YA fantasy novel. I actually haven't heard too much about this one from other people, but I have been really hyped about that. So those are the books I got from him today, as I won't be seeing him on Christmas Day. So that was really exciting. But yeah, I'm going to sign off for the evening, and I will check in probably tomorrow with you. I'm going to have further updates on Legendborn. So it's the 27th of December and I'm pooped. I'm tired, but I thought I'd come at you with another update, though I've not got much to say. This is how far through Legendborn I am, so you can see I'm still not even quite at the halfway mark. I'm hoping maybe tonight I'll have some time to sit down and read. It feels like the Christmas rush for me has really ended today. We've just come back from seeing some family, and yeah, so happy to chill out. Also got an epic new board game called The Isle of Cats. So if you ever see that in the game store, I recommend having a look at it because I've been obsessively playing that game. It's a board game and it's super fun. A lot of my time has been spent doing that. So yes, I haven't really had much more time to read, but I will be finishing that, and I also think I'm going to make an effort to finish Snow Like Ashes for my audiobook, to those to be my last two reads for the year. I'm feeling pretty tired and chilled and just kind of want to do nothing for this last week of the year. So that's sort of my main plan, is to finish those two and not really worry about starting something new, so that come 1st of January I can just start fresh. However, yesterday I did place an order for all the sequels I read this year, and I had to look back because I only started doing this last year, and a few years before that I haven't actually got the next books in series I finished previously, so prior to 2019 backwards. And I do this so it goes into my sequels jar. I think I've explained this before, and it's my way of ensuring I actually continue series, otherwise I sort of forget about them in amidst the rest of my TBR, and most of my books are not coming until February, so we will be revisiting that in a book haul because one of them was a pre-order and it comes out then, so they'll be shipping all of them in February, which is fine. I mean, no rush for them. However, one I got from Amazon. So I got the sequel to A Deadly Education, which is... oh, that's upside down. The Last Graduate by Naomi Novik. So I'm really excited to continue this series. I loved book one, so this will be going into the jar and onto the shelf along with all the other books I got at Christmas. I think I'm going to just hang tight on showing you... oh no, come on, let's have a little quick look. As you can see in a quick look here, I've got quite the stack of books. And I've obviously got a double up of this book, so we're going to be exchanging that. So I've got Anything But Fine, Green Rising, The Paris Architects, Lilac Girls, The Inheritance Games, A Dead End Job, The Eighth Wonder, The Brilliant Death, The Kinder Poison, Daughters of War, The Zookeeper of Belfast, Aurora Rising, The Last Bookshop in London, and Extreme Conservation. And now I will be adding this to the pile. Well, not really, it's not really a Christmas book, but we'll put it there because at some point I have to try and fit that into my shelves, which is going to be a big job. I'm going to be redoing all of my shelving to try and fit them in because there's so many books. So yeah, we'll see how we go, but that's basically my latest update, and I will check in again once I've hopefully read a good chunk more of Legendborn. As an update, I've actually read heaps now, and I've read some way further through. I've read about 100 pages, so I'm really nearly at page 300 now. So I've gone over the halfway mark, which is great. I've also been bitten by endless mosquitoes and I'm very itchy. And I'm currently setting up my reading journal for 2022. I'm not going to do the whole thing, I'm just doing the first spread for the books I read. So that'll look a little something like this, which is what I've done for this year. Right, midway through drawing all that up, I realised that I recently got this new Australian subscription box called Novelist, which is run by the same people who were running the YA Chronicles. And it came just before Christmas, so I didn't want to look at it just in case I had doubled up on any gifts that have been given. But now that I have opened all my Christmas presents, we can actually take a look. It's only quarterly, so it's more affordable and that it's not so regular, and I'm really wanting everything that comes in it. So coming out of the box immediately, I'll flip the camera around and I'll show you everything. So I'm just having a look at this on my bed, and so we've got two sets of books that are tied up with string like this. You can immediately see everything that's in here, and so far we're looking pretty safe in terms of double ups for presents, if I can get the string off. So we've got Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen, and this is a YA fantasy, I believe. I remember seeing this one come out, published by Penguin, and I'm really excited about this. I think this is going to be Own Voices, if I recall correctly. So this is going to be set in the ocean, I assume. So we're looking at mermaids in the sea, a boy overboard. Sounds great, lots of tropes I'm enjoying there. And then beneath that, oh wow, we've got The Keeper of the Night by Kylie Lee Baker. Absolutely stunning cover. This is ringing bells for me, but I can't remember exactly what it is. This is looking like good representation because I know that this book here is queer, but we'll look at that in a second. This one looks like it's going to be Mulan almost inspired. That's a lot of text on the reverse here. So again, no, this is a Harlequin book. So half British Reaper, half Japanese. Ooh, Shinigami. I don't know if I honestly need to read more than that. That's already got me intrigued. I'll let you guys look that up if you want to. That looks lovely. I like to have a flip through my books these days to see what the font size. Ooh, and if they've got any detailing on the cover. So there's those two. And then we've got A Marvelous Light. So let me just try and take... There we go. Take this off. So Marvelous Light by Freya Mask. So everything in these boxes are new releases. So I believe this is queer fiction. And so what have we got? Hidden World, Magical Conspiracy, a thrilling romance. So we've got Robin, who is trying to rescue his estate ravaged by his parents' excesses. And then... becomes a parliamentary liaison to a secret society, and there's magic. And then we move on to Surely Edwin. Here we go. So I believe there's going to be a romance between those two. Very excited about this. Love the size of it. Is that says signed? Oh, go on. Woo! What's this? Look at that, it is signed. Oh, how exciting. Oh, wow. And this is published by Tor. Not that you probably care about the publishers, but I seem to take a particular interest. We've got a little note that goes with it. Oh, how exciting. I assume as the others don't have stickers, they will not be signed. Now, of course, I have to check. No, okay. And then, of course, you do know one book that comes in each of the boxes, and I knew that it was going to be the 10th anniversary. Is it 10th or just an anniversary edition of The Song of Achilles? I do own... And a bookmark. Gosh, that's a lovely bookmark. It's so thick and shiny. That's delightful. So this is the anniversary edition of The Song of Achilles. And yes, I own the original cover of this book. So I've got an old secondhand edition, so it's really lovely to have this new one. Half the reason I wanted to get this box was purely because I knew this would be fantastic to collect and have on the shelf. So that's all very exciting. I think for now I'm going to keep them... No, I'll just stack it all up. But yeah, so that's what that is. So in sum, that's the novelist box, which is really exciting. So bonus little unboxing for you guys. But yes, this is an Australian subscription box, so I might talk about this more if people have questions about it, but I'm really amazed by that, and I think I'll probably continue this subscription, which means that I will be buying 4 books every 3 months. I'll have to have a think about what I'll do with my book buying ban, whether I'll let this one slide as the only books I really buy, but this is a book box for me with just the books and no other knickknacks, so that's wonderful. We are cutting it fine, people. It's the 29th of December now, and I have, I think, about 150 pages to go of Legendborn, so I'm going to sit down right now and I'm going to read as much as I can until I get distracted or have to do something. I don't really have anything planned. I don't have anything planned today, and I do not have much planned tomorrow, which is very exciting. Which of course means I've got ambitious plans to try and fit in another book, but I don't think I will. I think I'm just going to focus on finishing Legendborn and maybe listening to some of Snow Like Ashes, see how far I get with that. Should be a fun time. But yeah, just 2 days left of the year now, so it's pretty exciting. So let's see what the next couple of days bring. I'm low-key in a bad mood. I'm just feeling a bit flat because Brie is having such a hard time, and like she's not had a break this whole book. And I really like Cell, and I don't think I'm supposed to. I'm not sure where this book is going, and I don't know how it's going to end. I'm just really impressed that I can get to so close to the end, and I do not know where this book is going, and I'm very aware that the next book is not coming out until November, which is 11 months away. I have about 40 pages to go, and I still don't really know which direction this is going in. This is once again taking a turn I didn't expect even from when I last checked in, so this is very exciting towards the end. I finished it. Wow, that book was unreal. I could never have in a million years guessed where that was going. That was a 5-star read. That was amazing. That was the most beautifully interwoven Arthurian retelling with like black history, black representation, black life, everything important. I can't even put into words how well the author has championed black voices in this book. This is by far the best piece of literature I've read that has championed black voices in this way. And granted, I've still got a long way to go to say that I've read like any sort of comprehensive or long list of black writing, but wow. So just as a further update tonight, I am actually going to attempt to start Piranesi, but I also wanted to say that I have completed the best reading year ever so far. So I have read 86 books. My challenge was 65, and I had wanted to hit 75. The most I've ever read was in 2016, where I read 85 books. So reading and finishing 86, and I've well surpassed the page count as well, is so satisfying, and I kind of feel a little bit relieved. The pressure is gone, because I really felt like I was dragging my heels for the last week, and so now it's just this big sigh of relief that any reading I do beyond this point is just bonus, which is a lovely, lovely feeling. So I'm excited to see what Piranesi holds. I kind of hope I can finish it. It's only 245 pages, so it's quite short, but we will see what happens. Piranesi is absolutely adorable. I have read maybe the first 30 pages, 40, 30, let me check. I've read the first 35 pages, and I'm just gonna chill and read a bit more and see how far I get. It's a very intriguing storyline, and he is so sweet and innocent, and my theory is that he's lost his memory. I don't know, I think, I can't remember the blurb for this book. I thought this was mythology. I'm no longer sure if it is, I can't remember. So I don't even know if Piranesi is human or not, so this is going to be really interesting going through it. It's an interesting story to go into blind, that's for sure. Piranesi has just used the most excellent word. He has used the word bounceable in this context. My feet felt beautifully cushioned and bounceable, and no, it's not a real word, but I do think it's worthy of being one. So I finished Piranesi and it was so good. I managed to read that whole thing pretty much today. I'm so thrilled with myself. I very rarely actually have the willpower to sit down and not get distracted and read a whole book in a day. So I finished it several hours ago. It's nighttime now. I'm probably not going to start any new books this year. I am looking forward to the new year now, and I am out as of tomorrow afternoon, and then it will be New Year's Eve. So if anything, I've still got my sights and hopes set on finishing Snow Like Ashes as the audiobook, but I'm really not too stressed if I don't finish it. But yeah, so 5 out of 5 stars for Piranesi for me. That was fabulous, and I'm so pleased I managed to fit it in. So it is the 1st of January. I look a little bit swaggly, but we're going to do this wrap up now because I want to talk about things. So it's 1st January, it's quite late at night, welcome to the end of the December video. I am so pleased with my reading, but I'm not going to get too far into like how I did for the year because I do actually want to do a end of year wrap up. Let me put you down so I can talk to you properly. So I'm really pleased with how December went. I read 10 books and I'm stoked about that. So what you don't know yet is that I actually managed to finish Snow Like Ashes. I finished that on the drive from mine to my boyfriend's on the way to New Year's. And it was such a push. I got to his and I had like 20 minutes to go, so I was super antisocial, and I sat down and just read the rest of it by myself so that I could count the final book, because that would have been so frustrating to give up at that point. But yeah, I did it, and I'm so pleased that I managed to do it because I came in at such a whopping page count for the end of the year, but again, I'm not going to go into that now. So yeah, I had a great reading month. But to go back to Snow Like Ashes, you know my thoughts obviously on all the other books already as I've gone through them, but I ended up reading Snow Like Ashes 3 out of 5 stars because I didn't really connect with the audiobook narrator, and I didn't enjoy the experience of reading that book as an audiobook. So I have decided to read the next book as a physical book. I've ordered the sequel as a physical copy just because I think I will connect with the characters better and the story better, but I love the concept of the world and I know it's something I am going to enjoy. There were a lot of concepts and it was a bit of a confusing world, politically speaking, as high fantasies often are. So that was quite hard to take in and process as an audiobook whilst I'm multitasking doing other things. So that was how I felt about that book in the end. In terms of what book I enjoyed the most, really hard to pick. I do think What the Wind Knows probably took the cake on this one just because it was absolutely stunning and I can't stop thinking about it, but I also cannot stop thinking about The Beekeeper of Aleppo. And if I haven't already put this on my favorites shelf, I'm going to amend that now because it is a book I just keep coming back to, and I'm obsessed. It was just so beautiful. But Legend Born also has to be up there. That was really good in the end, and whilst I had a slow start for it, I've really enjoyed thinking back on the story and can't wait to see where it goes. So yeah, that's everything I really have to tell you guys. Really pleased with how December went. So glad to have hit 10 books, one of my best reading months of the year. My best was in, I think it was June when I did 11. And here is to hoping that looking into 2022, that I'm going to continue this positive trend of lots of reading because I'm so excited to get to all the books on my TBR. I really can't wait. So thanks for sticking around, thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of the books that I got to this month, or if you were excited about any of them, or if you have any questions, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.
Alla gloria mia.